Hey guys, my name is Mr. Miraie and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have for you guys the top 10 isekai anime with an overpowered main character. Now while it may seem like all isekais have some sort of overpowered main character with cheat-like abilities, this list describes some of what I thought had the best OP MCs. Now this list is based on my personal opinion, so please bear that in mind, and that this list is in no apparent order either. Now all that being said, be sure to like this video if you like these kind of videos, and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to get notified of videos just like this. And all that being said, let's get straight into the list. At number 10, we have Dead March to a Parallel World Rhapsody. Ichiro Suzuki, a programmer nearing his 30s, is drowning in work. Worn out, he eventually has a chance to catch up on some sleep, only to wake up and discover himself in a fantasy RPG world, which is mashed together from the games he was debugging in reality. In this new place, he realizes that not only has his appearance changed to a younger version of himself, but his name has also changed to Sato, a nickname he used while running beta tests on the game. However, before Sato can fully grasp the situation, an army of lizardmen launch an assault on him. Forced to cast a powerful spell in retaliation, Sato wipes him out completely and his level is boosted to 310, effectively maximizing his stats. Now as a highly level adventurer armed with a plethora of skills and no way to return to reality, Sato sets out to explore this magical new world. Now at number 9 we have Gate. An off-duty Japanese Self-Defense Forces or JSDF officer and otaku, Yoji Itami, is on his way to attend a doujin convention in Ginza, Tokyo, when a mysterious portal in the shape of a large gate suddenly appears. From this gate, supernatural creatures and warriors clad in medieval armor emerge, charging through the city, killing and destroying everything in their path. With swift actions, Yoji saves as many lives as he can, while the rest of the JSDF direct their efforts towards stopping the invasion. 3 months after the attack, Yoji has been tasked with leading a special recon team, as a part of a JSDF task force that will be sent to the world beyond the gate, now being referred to as the Special Region. They must travel into this unknown world in order to learn more about what they are dealing with and attempt to befriend the locals in hopes of creating peaceful ties with the ruling empire. They face the consequences of participating in a devastating war that will engulf both sides of the gate. And now number 8 we have No Game No Life. No Game No Life is a surreal comedy that follows Sora and Shiro, shut-in neat siblings and the online gamer duo behind the legendary username Blank. They view the real world as just another lousy game. However, a strange email challenging them to a chess match changes everything. The brother and sister are plunged into an otherworldly realm where they meet Tet, the god of games. The mysterious god welcomes Sora and Shiro to Discord, a world where all forms of conflict, from petty squabbles to the fate of whole countries, are settled not through war, but by way of high-stake games. This system works thanks to a fundamental rule wherein each party must wager something that they deem to be of equal value to the other party's wager. In this strange land, where the very idea of humanity is reduced to a child's play, the indifferent genius gamer duo of Sora and Shiro have finally found a real reason to keep playing games, that is to unite the 16 races of Discord, defeat Tet, and become the gods of this new gaming is everything world. Now at number 7, we have The Rising of the Shield Hero. The 4 cardinal heroes are a group of ordinary men from modern-day Japan, summoned to the kingdom of Melromark to become its saviors. Melromark is a country plagued by the waves of catastrophe that have repeatedly ravaged the land and brought disaster to its citizens for centuries. The 4 heroes are respectively bestowed a sword, spear, bow, and shield to vanquish these waves. Naofumi Iwatani, an otaku, becomes cursed with the fate of being the shield hero. Armed to only a measly shield, Naofumi is belittled and ridiculed by his fellow heroes and the kingdom's people due to his weak offensive capabilities and lackluster personality. When the heroes are provided with resources and comrades to train with, Naofumi sets out with only one person willing to train alongside him, Malti Melromark. He is soon betrayed by her, however, and becomes falsely accused of taking advantage of her. Naofumi then becomes heavily discriminated against and hated by the people of Melromark for something he didn't do. With a raging storm of hurt and mistrust in his heart, Naofumi begins his journey of strengthening himself and his reputation. Further along, however, the difficulty of being on his own sets in, so Naofumi buys a demi-human slave on the verge of death named Raphtalia to accompany him on his travels. As the waves approach the kingdom, Naofumi and Raphtalia must fight for the survival of the kingdom and protect the people of Melromark from the ill-fated future. Now at number 7, we have Overlord. The final hour of the popular virtual reality game Yggdrasil has come. However, Momonga, a powerful wizard and master of the Dark Art Guild, Ain's wool gown, decides to spend his last few moments in game as the servers begin to shut down. To his surprise, despite the clock having struck midnight, Momonga is still fully conscious as his character, and moreover, the NPCs appear to have developed personalities of their own. Confronted with this abnormal situation, Momonga commands his loyal servants to help him investigate and take control of this new world, with the hopes of figuring out what has caused this development and helping others in the same predicament. Now, number 5, we have Devil is a Part-Timer. Striking fear into the hearts of mortals, the demon lord Satan begins to conquer the land of ᴅɪσᴟᴇ, which is a vast demon army. However, while embarking on this brutal quest to take over the continent, his efforts are foiled by the hero Emilia, forcing Satan to make a swift retreat through a dimensional portal only to land in the human world. Along with the loyal general Ailsil, the demon finds himself stranded in a modern-day Tokyo and vows to return and complete his subjugation of ᴅɪσᴟᴇ, that is, if they can find a way back. Powerless in a world without magic, Satan assumes the guise of a human named Sado Mao and begins working at McDonald's, a local fast food restaurant, to make ends meet. He soon realizes that his goal of conquering ᴅɪσᴟᴇ is just not enough as he grows determined to climb the corporate ladder and become the ruler of Earth, one satisfied customer at a time. Whether it's part-time work, household chores, or simply trying to pay rent on time, Devil is a Part-Timer presents a hilarious view of the most mundane aspects of everyday life, all through the eyes of a hapless demon lord. At number 4, we have the saga of Tanya the Evil. Tanya Degrochov is a young soldier infamous for her predatorial-like ruthlessness and an uncanny tactical aptitude, earning the nickname of the Devil of the Rhine. Underneath her innocent appearance, however, lies the soul of a man who challenged the being X, the self-proclaimed god, to a battle of wits, which resulted in him being reincarnated as a little girl in the world of magical warfare. Hell-bent on defiance, Tanya resolves to ascend the ranks of her country's military as it slowly plunges into world war, with only being X proving to be her strongest obstacle in recreating the peaceful life she once knew, but her perceptive actions and combat initiative have an unintended side effect, propelling the mighty empire into becoming one of the most powerful nations in mankind's history. At number 3, we have the cautious hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. The popular saying, "You can never be too careful," it is very important to prepare for every situation you may face, even if it seems like it's an unnecessary waste of time. Also, in games like RPGs, it's good to exceed the level of your enemies to achieve total victory. These words describe Seiya Ryujin a little too perfectly. After being summoned by the goddess Bastarte to save the world of Geabrande from destruction, the hero prepares himself for his noble journey. While this might be normal, he spends a very long time training himself, and despite having overpowered stats, he fights weak enemies using his strongest skills and buys excessive amounts of supplies and potions, all to stay safe. At number 2, we have Log Horizon. In the blink of an eye, 30,000 bewildered Japanese gamers are whisked from their everyday lives to the world of the popular MMORPG Elder Tale, after the game's latest update, unable to log out. Among them is the socially awkward college student Shuroi, whose confusion and shock lasts only a moment. As a veteran of the game, he immediately sets out to explore the limits of his new reality. Shuroi must learn to live in this new world, leading others and negotiating with the NPC natives in order to bring stability to his virtual city of Akihabara. He is joined by his unfortunate friend Naotsugu, having logged in for the first time in years only to find himself trapped, and Akatsuki, a petite but fierce assassin who labels Shuroi as her master. A tale of fantasy, adventure, and politics, Log Horizon explores the elements of gaming through the eyes of a master strategist who attempts to make the best of a puzzling situation. Now at number 1, we have That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. 37-year-old Satoru Mikami is a typical corporate worker who is perfectly content with his monotonous lifestyle in Tokyo. Other than failing to nail down a girlfriend even once throughout his life, in the midst of a casual encounter with his colleague, he falls victim to a random assailant on the street and is stabbed. However, while succumbing to his injuries, a peculiar voice echoes in his mind and recites a bunch of commands which the dying man cannot make sense of. When Satoru regains consciousness, he discovers that he has reincarnated as a goop of slime in an unfamiliar realm. In doing so, he acquires newfound skills, notably the power to devour anything and mimic its appearance and abilities. He then stumbles upon the sealed, catastrophe-level monster Storm Dragon, Veldora, who had been sealed away for past 300 years for devastating a town to ashes. Sympathetic to his predicament, Satoru befriends him, promising to assist in destroying the seal. In return, Veldora bestows upon him the name Rimuru Tempest to grant him divine protection. Now liberated from the mundanities of his past life, Rimuru embarks on a fresh journey with a distinct goal in mind. As he grows accustomed to his new physique, his gooey antics ripple throughout the world, gradually altering his fate. So that was all for today's video, guys. Now that's the top 10 list of what I think are the best isekai animes with an overpowered main character. I hope you guys did enjoy and find some new anime to watch during this whole quarantine season. I hope you guys are all keeping safe. Remember to wash your hands. Also, if you guys did like this kind of videos, be sure to tell me in the comment section down below. And also by hitting the like button down below as well, that really helps out the channel. Also, be sure to subscribe